What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the CNA Critique. Today I'm going to be reviewing the horror sequel no one was asking for, Brahms the Boy 2. I need your comments down below. Are you looking forward to this movie, or do you think this is just a blatant cash grab by the movie studio looking to prostitute another middle of the road horror movie by making a completely unnecessary sequel? Let's dive in. So Brahms the Boy 2 stars Katie Holmes and follows a small family who moves into a guest house that's on the estate of the Hillshire Mansion, which is where Brahms used to live. Their young son Jude eventually finds Brahms buried underneath the ground, and terror ensues for the family as the young boy seemingly gets possessed by the evil doll. I can't really talk about Brahms the Boy 2 without touching up on the original. The Boy, which came out back in 2016, I remember seeing it one night on Redbox. Never heard of it before in my life, but I remember thinking that this was just gonna be absolute garbage. But you know, I decided to check it out anyway, and to my surprise, it actually wasn't as bad as I expected. It wasn't great or anything, don't get me wrong, this wasn't gonna win any Oscars, but it was definitely entertaining enough and creepy enough for me to remember. The thing I remember liking most about the original was actually the ending. I thought the ending was really clever, really well done, especially considering how middle of the road the movie is. It's funny though, because the ending of the original was so clear cut, and if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you mute me for the next like 30 seconds because I'm gonna get into some spoiler shit. But the movie ends with basically the doll actually not being possessed. It was actually a guy who was living within the walls of the house the whole time, who would move the doll around the house to make the doll look possessed. Now, I admit that twist does have some plot holes, but at least I didn't see it coming. Brahms the Boy 2 pretty much just takes a giant shit on that premise and basically makes Brahms out to be more of a deranged mix between Chucky and Annabelle than the pawn he was in the original movie. Based on the events that occurred in the first movie, you shouldn't even be watching this review, to be honest. This movie shouldn't even exist. So when I saw an email for the advanced screening invite to see this movie, and then I watched the trailer, I was like, this can't be happening. This defeats the whole point of the first movie. Now, I try to judge every film on its individual merit, no matter how good or bad the previous movies are. And this movie does have the same director and writer returning, and it does star Katie Holmes, so it does have some stuff going for it. But after watching this movie, my opinion of this movie didn't really change much. This was just a completely unnecessary movie. They basically just turned a movie that had a good take on the creepy doll genre and just turned it into a generic creepy doll horror movie we've seen 100 times already. As far as the scare factor goes, the scare factor isn't in this one nearly as much as in the first. There are a few good creepy scenes with creepy cinematography. I'll give credit where credit is due, but for the most part, it's just filled with cheap jump scares, much more than the first one, and the first one relied on them a lot. And if you followed my channel for a while, you know just how much I fucking hate jump scares.
Jude. Gotcha.
Obviously, every mainstream horror movie will have its fair share of jump scares, but this one has so many I felt like I was watching The Curse of La Llorona. That's not a good thing. This movie also does the same thing the first movie does and includes an unnecessary dream sequence here where you think Katie Holmes' character is absolutely fucked only to find out that she was dreaming the whole time and she's alright. I feel like dream sequences in movies like these only exist just to throw in some more unnecessary jump scares. It's like the movie studios give these filmmakers like a jump scare quota, and the filmmakers are like hanging around trying to figure out how to solve this jump scare quota, and then the writer comes in and it's like, you know what we can do to meet that quota? Add a dream sequence. With that said, I did find some redeeming qualities in this movie. The production value for one is just as good, if not better, than in the first movie. There were a few well-shot creepy scenes that gave me literally goosebumps. The acting performances by Katie Holmes and Christopher Convery are solid, especially Christopher Convery. He's the boy who plays Jude here. He did a kick-ass job playing this creepy kid who's possessed by the doll. It's weird how much this kid actually resembles Brahms and how that progresses as the movie goes along. Kind of like he's becoming the human manifestation of this doll. There's not too many good things I can say about this movie, but Christopher Convery's character and performance is definitely one of them. But all in all, guys, this movie was just so badly executed. I felt like I was watching a spoof of Annabelle and Chucky. I can't say this movie was as bad as The Turning, which came out a month ago, but this is pretty damn close. I'm gonna have to give this movie a D+, unless you really like jump scares. But alright guys, that'll do it for my review of Brahms the Boy 2. Go ahead and leave a comment below on what you guys think. I feel like this is going to be one of those divisive reviews where half of you guys are going to agree with me, but then the other half are going to think that I'm stupid because I didn't like the movie as much as they did. But hey, you know, that's YouTube for you. I welcome all opinions, even the shitty ones. So go ahead, leave a comment below, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to keep this channel growing and to keep talking movies with your boy. And remember, movies may fade, but real legends never die.